Hey guys, Megadeth Jason here, and welcome to another edition of my Madden 2017 franchise. It is Week 5, and we play the 2-2 Arizona Cardinals. For those of you that remember, and for those of you who don't, the Arizona Cardinals and the Vikings went into overtime in our 2016 franchise season, and I defeated the Cardinals. And in the playoffs, we met again, and the Arizona Cardinals defeated us in the Vikings in the divisional round. So they ended our 15-1 season. I decided I'm going to go ahead and start doing some negotiating with some of these free agents. I think it's time. We'll start the negotiations with Adrian Peterson. We got 62.2 million in cap, and he wants 18 million, 18.4 million over 2 years. Let's go ahead and let's make that offer. And Peterson is staying. So that is positive. He is 32. He's still outputting at a decent enough pace for us where I think I'm okay with keeping him. Anthony Barr, this is one guy that we have to keep. He wants 63.5 million over 5 years. It'll be 53.9. It'll put us down to 53.9 million. Let's go ahead and make him that offer and see what he says. He is only happy with the length of the contract, but not the money. So we'll move on to Sharif Floyd. Let's make Sharif an offer here. He wants 37.9 million over 4 years. Sharif Floyd has re-signed with the Minnesota Vikings. And, after thinking about it, I think we are going to go with Bridgewater as the future of our franchise. So let's go ahead and let's begin the negotiations with him. It's 62.3 million for 4 years. Wow. Let's go ahead and let's make that offer. Teddy Bridgewater has re-signed at the Minnesota Vikings. So that means Sam Bradford, we're probably going to put on the trading block and see what happens. Let's go ahead and who else can we negotiate with? That's all I'm going to do for right now. So we'll go ahead and we'll back out of this. And let's see what we can do before we start this game about making a trade where we trade Sam Bradford. Currently, these are the players for quarterback that are being shopped from other teams. Let's go ahead and see if we can do manual trade here. Go ahead and we're going to see what team needs a QB. 49ers need a QB. Let's see what it is that they have that could interest us. I'm not really interested in Joe Webb, Geno Smith, or Jimmy Clausen. No wonder they need a QB. What can we get for draft pick? Well, first thing I want to do is I'll start out with a round 1 in 2018. The 49ers say Bradford does not fit their scheme. The Jets' interest also seems high, so let's try the Jets. Let's see what they have for QB. Ryan Fitzpatrick, Bryce Petty, Christian Hackenberg. Will they take the first round pick? Can't accept it because it would put them over the salary cap. Well, here we go. This is going to be the fun part of trying to trade Sam Bradford. Everyone appears to be over the salary cap. Texans are over the salary cap. I don't know if we're going to be able to even trade Bradford. Cleveland is under the cap and in need of a QB. We just play them. They have Blaine Gabbert, Cody Kessler, and Philip Spicer. I think Spicer is a rookie. So let's go ahead and see if they'd be interested in accepting our offer for the first round pick. Even though they're not interested in the scheme, I think we could pull something off here. Not interested in the second round pick, giving up their second round pick either. How about their third? Or their second round pick? They still aren't interested. Well, I always thought that there was a trade block. Oh, here we go. Let's see if we can work a deal with Atlanta for Tevin Coleman. Oh, no, I don't want to trade Teddy Bridgewater. Oops. There's also wide receiver Jamison Crowder. There's Devontae Booker, too. We'll see what we can do with Coleman here. And that'll put him over the salary cap. God damn it. It's going to be impossible to find anyone. How about the 49ers? Let's see if we can't do something here with them. We'll try it again. They're not interested in 2 fourth-round picks. All right. I think we probably got fleeced on that deal, but whatever. We at least got something out of them. We got running back Mike Davis and a 5th-round draft pick in 2018. It's something. We'll take it. Now we need... Let's see what we've got here. May have to do a couple of changes at the running back position. I'm going to go ahead and cut David Cobb loose. And now with Bradford gone, Taylor Heineke is our backup. So I would like someone with a little bit more experience as a backup. There really isn't very many people. Well, we'll just go ahead and go with Matt Barkley, being he's the highest rated quarterback that's currently available. So there we have it. Bradford is gone. Bridgewater is our quarterback of the future. Let's go ahead and let's get into this game with Arizona and see if we can avenge our NFC divisional playoff round loss from last season.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. We have a couple of confident teams coming into today's game. Both walked off the field with victories last time out. It's the Vikings going up against the Cardinals. With that, we'll send it over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 5 matchup.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are about 15 miles west of downtown Phoenix at University of Phoenix Stadium here in Glendale. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Arizona Cardinals. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the former Louisville Cardinal, Teddy Bridgewater.
To me, the best part of Teddy Bridgewater's game is his decision-making. Very smart, loves to watch the game, loves to analyze it, and he does it so well, he takes care of the football and keeps his team in good spots.
Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. The tackle there by Patrick Peterson. They run, Peterson. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Aaron Colvin there to make the tackle. And here is the Cardinal defense.
Calais Campbell is one of the tallest defensive ends in the league. Has the ability to get low and play the run, and adds excellent kick blocking ability.
An extra DB added here for the Cards on third.
Blitzer play coverage.
And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Free. Using the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They go play action here on first down. And he slings one that's incomplete. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive back.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Holding offense.
So on 4th down, the Vikings will call on their punter, Jeff Locke, to kick it away. The Pro Bowler, Patrick Peterson, back deep for Arizona. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. They come out here in the eye. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. Defense has to stand tall here. 3rd and 1.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to QB, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Throwing now, Palmer on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Michael Floyd. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. And certainly one of the mainstays in this offense is the crafty veteran L. Fitz.
Love the way you phrased it. Crafty. This guy knows how to get open and catch the football.
Second and 10. It's Palmer again. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. And the O-line will have to do a better job protecting here on 3rd down after that sack.
Partner, I know that ball security is preached like crazy, but every now and then you've got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was 3rd and 10 versus 3rd and much longer as it is now?
Yeah, it changes everything in terms of play calling and the pressure you might expect to face on the very next down. Had to throw the ball away and save the yardage. He didn't get it done.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Quickly now a look at the defensive starters for Minnesota.
Anthony Barr almost defies description at times. He's built like a defensive end, but he plays outside linebacker and does it quite well.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
4 down. Get ready. Blue 95.
3rd and 2. Now Palmer. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Every time I see a hitch pattern dropped, I go back to the combine because there's a drill that they use all the time that's called the gauntlet drill, where a receiver catches the ball and just works his way straight down the line and catches it from different sides. And the problem with that drill is that you don't actually have to secure the catch. You just kind of catch it, drop it immediately, and keep moving. And sometimes that shows up on plays like this.
And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. So they get the ball first here in front of the home crowd under the lights, and they get 3 points out of it.
And there's something about a night game, isn't there? A little extra snap, a little extra crisp in the air. What a terrific way to get things started. A little extra excitement, a little extra dazzle for the home crowd.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. You took the words right out of my mouth.
All right, I've got to be careful here. All right, he's up.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football, and they've got it here with a first down. Peterson alone in the backfield. He's going to get the football. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Dayon Buchanan coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be fourth down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Marching back out there, ready for the next possession. Here comes the Vikings defense. And despite being down on the scoreboard, this unit, they've had some big-time hits.
Sort of like us at practice the other day. I saw you take a running start at that blocking sled. You took it down.
Bounced off like a rubber band.
No, not at all, but you're exactly right. They are doing their job, but they want to add takeaways to it. You need to have more of those to go along with the big hits we're seeing.
By the way, when I tried that and I bounced back, I noticed that you laughed with everyone else. You didn't try to get in my corner.
No. Someone had just told me a joke on the other side.
Right,
I missed that. Totally missed it.
Single. Check 31. All right, now, 1-18. Man, I got you.
They'll throw on first down here with Palmer. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
They'll come out in the pistol.
1-18.
On second down, Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Brad, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
On third down, Palmer. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Everson Griffin. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
That's taken at around the 40. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over,
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover, and wow, now we've got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now a play fake here on first down. And complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. They get 25 yards out of that one. And the Vikings are going to have it now, 1st and goal.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass, and completing it.
And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
To throw is Bridgewater. And that'll be incomplete. 2nd down here after the incomplete pass. The 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Teddy Bridgewater, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. Blair Walsh on to attempt the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Here we go. Blue 58. Blue 58.
On 1st and 10, it's Palmer. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store.
4 down. Check. All right now. Blue 58.
2nd and 10. It's Palmer again. It's caught left side by John Brown. The 30. Touchdown, Cardinals. John Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals have once again taken the lead.
I think if you poll defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
And now out comes Minnesota. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Now a run with Peterson. Down to about the 22 here. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes a timeout, and now we're set to get going. And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2. Now Davis. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. And they just acquired him a new ball carrier. What do you think of the acquisition?
I like it. Maybe not the big-time player, big-time impact you're looking for, but someone who wants to prove something and find a new home.
They go again with Davis. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Second down and 4. They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kenny Stills, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have once again taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. They're Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Let's go. 1-18. 1-18.
On first down, it's Palmer. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down.
Let's go. 1-18.
Second and 10 now. And it's Palmer. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves his sticks. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing now. Palmer on first down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And it'll be second and 10. Second and 10. It's Palmer again. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. On third down, Palmer. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
After the made field goal, Catanzaro to boot this one away on the kickoff. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Let's go. 180.
Now a give to Peterson running left. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we send you on to Orlando, we hook back up with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report.
So this guy's just sitting there, right? He's got like 30 hot dogs in front of him. And what's that? Apparently we're back. Okay, so Larry's halftime show got cut off. Sorry, we were doing story time here in the booth. We are ready, though, for the third quarter. they start the second half with Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
Play action. Now Palmer. And this one complete to Jermaine Gresham. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
They go to Johnson again. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Blue 58. Blue 58.
Now Palmer. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
.46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackle was there right away for a loss of yardage.
And some room to roam now. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds, let's let the clock go.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
So he makes the grab, and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that 1st down pass.
They come out here in the eye. They'll run with Davis. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Here's Davis now. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
One of the beauties of a 3-4 defense is that you have flexibility with your linebackers, and you can put them in different spots. But one of the downsides is an offensive team that's committed to running the football, you can get your big offensive linemen up on linebackers quicker, and that usually gives you an advantage in running it.
The 12 yards that time and picking up the 1st.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe-tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
And he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Peterson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
On the carry, it's Davis. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you got to have you guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. And this is caught at the 8. And he's brought down. Back now here on EA Sports. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. The pigskin on the 7-yard line now. It's 1st and goal. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop him here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line. Brandon, now we find out what their definition of commitment is. They've run it on the first 2 plays. Do they come back and do it again? They're that much closer to getting into the end zone.
Yeah, inching closer and really knocking on the door now. Bridgewater, Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. So a big spot forthcoming for the kicker, Blair Walsh. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They'll throw on first down here with Palmer. And Gresham has it left side. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
Second down now after the pass completion. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. So the defense flinches, contact made, and the 5-yard penalty ensues.
Encroachment, defense. Automatic first down.
Get ready. Blue 58. Blue 58.
On 1st and 10, it's Palmer. Surveying the field. Dumping it off for Johnson. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now Palmer on 1st down. Finding time. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. 2nd and 10. It's Palmer again. Caught right side. Gresham. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line.
Nowadays, this has become routine, hasn't it? That was a heck of a route there by the tight end. A great double move for a big-time catch downfield.
The offense certainly looking to score some points, but they also need ball security here late as we get down to the final moments of this one. Palmer to throw again. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. And leading here late, so a chance for the defense to really close out this game if they can halt the offense. And now it's 2nd and goal. Palmer gives to Johnson. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
On 3rd and goal, Palmer. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
12 yards on the pickup, and that leads to a Minnesota 1st down. And the defense in desperate need of a stop. They have to get off the field and get the ball back to their offense if they want a chance. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Peterson. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 2nd down, 8. Peterson alone in the backfield. They'll get the football here. And he went no. Now the Cardinals going to use another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. To throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Dayon Buchanan in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Here's Jeff Locke now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. On the return is Peterson. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Getting set to go again, here's Carson Palmer heading back onto the field. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, well, man, what do you need? What's going on here? So there's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
So 2nd and 10 here. One receiver left, 3 to the right. He'll look to throw. It's Floyd on the right. Touchdown, Cardinals. Michael Floyd, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the lead here in the 4th.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Now a give to Peterson running right. And he is out of bounds, getting it just shy of the 35. 13 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
Really tough drive, but that run helped salvage something there because now there's something positive that came out of it. They got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back, and now maybe it'll be a catalyst for them to look at.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Peterson alone in the backfield. Back to throw. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. They're going to hurry back to the line now. He's back to throw. It's caught. Michael Pruitt. And he's going to go out of bounds. He takes this one down shy of the 20. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. second down, Peterson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down.
Well, that wasn't just a loss. That was a loss of big yardage there. So the sense you're starting to get is that offensively, things are starting to pile up against them, and they've got to find a way to stop that. Conversely,
now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
To Johnson. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. So a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. They run again with Peterson. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. Defense looking to hold serve one last time here on 3rd and 7.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight. But I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
15 yards through the air and a first down.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And he's brought down. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Little pitch play, toss play. Allows the running back get some vision and some big guys to get out in front. This time they did it to the right side.
Yeah, went to the right side. Is there a preference, right or left, for a lot of these guys that run the ball at this level?
I know in the good old days, most teams were constructed to run to the right side. I can't tell you exactly why. That was the power side. The left side was what they used to call the quick side. But in this case, the power won.
So 2nd down, 3 yards to go now. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Bridgewater gives to his tailback, Peterson. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime.
And there it is, folks, in another very close game with Arizona and yet another overtime game. The Minnesota Vikings defeat the Arizona Cardinals 26-20 with an Adrian Peterson touchdown run. What a game. We'll go ahead and take a look at the stats here. Teddy Bridgewater, 141.1 rating, 10 for 13 for 154, 76% passing, and 1 touchdown, fresh off the new long-term deal. And Adrian Peterson, 22 carries for 176 yards and 1 touchdown. Teddy Bridgewater, 1 rush, for 4 yards and a touchdown. And newly acquired Mike Davis, 12 attempts for 62 yards with no touchdowns, but a healthy 5.1 yards per carry average. We look at the receptions. 4 receivers catching footballs for the Vikings. 4 for 72 for Kyle Rudolph. 3 for 41 and a touchdown for Kenny Stills. Michael Pruitt had 2 receptions for 31 yards. And Stephon Diggs had 1 reception for 10 yards. Laquan Treadwell having a quiet game. We'll go ahead and end there, folks, and I will see you next week where we take on the Green Bay Packers.